We live in an environment saturated by digital systems. Technologies like cloud collaboration and artificial intelligence are accelerating at an incredible pace, actively reshaping how we handle our daily work and personal lives. Faced with this flood of information, it is entirely normal to feel like you are falling behind. The immediate instinct for many beginners is to try and learn every new app, software update, and platform all at the exact same time. But treating technology as a sprint leads directly to burnout. You end up with a dozen half-used accounts, scattered files you can't locate, and a reliance on reused passwords that leave your personal data completely exposed to theft. Reading manuals or watching endless tutorials won't fix this. When you try to become an instant expert across the board, you bypass the basic habits required to actually protect yourself and get real work done. Navigating a computer or a smartphone is a practical life skill, much like driving a car. You do not need to be an engineer to safely get where you need to go. Instead of blindly downloading the newest trending application, you need to build a working mental model. You just need to understand how the essential pieces of your devices communicate with each other. Building that model requires discipline. You have to tune out the constant noise of new software releases and focus your attention on achieving just one practical goal at a time. This diagram shows what we call the minimum stack, the 5 structural layers that make up a secure, functional digital environment. At the absolute bottom, you have your physical hardware and operating systems. This means understanding the basic differences between your laptop, tablet, and phone, and knowing exactly where your core system settings live. Right above that sits the application layer. This is where you distinguish between the web browser you use to surf the internet, the software installed directly on your hard drive, and services hosted remotely in the cloud. Next is the security layer, locking down your access. Safe digital habits require using a unique password for every account, backed by multi-factor authentication, a two-step process that requires an extra piece of proof, like a code sent to your phone before logging in. Then we reach the data layer. Here, you manage the actual information you create, naming files clearly, organizing them into logical folders, backing them up, and retrieving them later. Notice how none of this relies on a specific brand. Once you understand how these basic layers connect, you can operate securely on almost any device without having to memorize a new interface every time. With the minimum stack in mind, the next step is to choose exactly where to apply it. To avoid cognitive overload, you need to pick just one specific lane to practice in first. You might choose the productivity lane. This involves managing your daily workflows, creating digital documents, setting up reliable task lists, and sharing files through cloud collaboration. Or you could select the cybersecurity lane. Here, your sole focus is learning how to identify deceptive phishing emails and setting up active defenses to protect your personal data from external attacks. Finally, there is the AI lane. You can explore artificial intelligence as an accelerator to quickly draft emails, brainstorm ideas, or summarize long articles. If you choose AI, there is a strict rule. You must treat the system as a drafting tool, not a trusted expert. Every single output requires your manual review and factual verification. By isolating your attention to just one of these domains, you remove the pressure to learn everything. You build actual, verifiable competence in a safe, controlled environment before expanding your scope. To build that competence, we rely on a repeating 4-step action loop. You don't read about this process. You have to physically perform it. Step 1, choose a single, highly specific outcome. The goal must be narrow enough that you can sit down and finish it in one brief session, like setting up a single calendar reminder. Step 2, identify the absolute minimum number of buttons or controls required to execute that task. Ignore every other feature on the screen. Step 3 is execution. You perform the task immediately to create a tangible result, cementing the concept through direct physical action. Step 4 is the review. Look at the result and ask yourself what worked, where the process broke down, and exactly what you need to adjust for your next attempt. Running this exact cycle over and over on small tasks rewires how you interact with a computer. Tangible repetition creates permanent skills that reading a manual simply cannot. In a traditional classroom, you measure progress by passing a written exam. In the digital landscape, passing a multiple-choice test means absolutely nothing. True digital readiness requires passing 3 strict checkpoints. You must complete a useful task from start to finish, explain each step out loud as you do it, and independently perform the entire sequence from memory. If you sit down a week later and cannot recreate the workflow without checking your notes, the skill is still fragile. That means you drop back and repeat the practice loop. Competence is entirely defined by your ability to independently reproduce a result. If your workflow survives when nobody is there to help you, you are ready to advance. When you stack these small, verified habits, the panic of using new technology dissolves. Chaotic, scattershot clicking transforms into a smooth, deliberate, and calm routine. This methodical approach gives you the clarity to look at any new tool, objectively evaluate if it is safe and useful, and then apply it directly to your own work. Because these foundational habits apply across all devices and software brands, they serve as permanent protection against technological obsolescence. The apps will change, but your method for mastering them won't. To dive deeper and build your foundational skills, check out How to Get Started with Technology, a complete guide, available for free on The Great Discovery at thegreatdiscovery.com.